Go live.
You're live.
I'm live.
Are you defying gravity?
Yeah. Oh, people didn't know they were getting a Wicked integration, did they? Because we haven't had enough of those on the internet.
Oh my God, it's taking over.
It's over.
Really good.
I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Look how long your hair is. It looks so pretty.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. I feel like it hasn't grown for years.
Oh no, it's very long and very luscious. We're live. We're gonna make lemon chicken Alfredo and have nothing to do with Thanksgiving right at the moment. Is anybody out there making anything for Thanksgiving? Are you guys setting up your phones in your kitchens like I did? What's going on? I just microwaved this gigantic spaghetti squash and it's hot AF and I need to cut it. That's the trick. Did you know that, Megan? To cut a squash, you need to microwave it first.
Yeah, you've told me that.
Well, I know some tricks. This is not the size knife that I brought on TSA. I want to be really clear. You don't know that story, do you?
No.
I am under investigation by the TSA.
Because you brought knives with you.
I brought one knife. It's a little 2-inch, little shorter than a 2-inch switchblade. And it was in my purse, accidentally, inadvertently. If I travel, I try to put it in my suitcase, but I didn't. I forgot this trip. And it turns out I had it in my purse through many airports, and I didn't realize it. And I got stopped at Santa Barbara Airport, and then they were like, we're going to call law enforcement. And then I was like, oh, because a switchblade is illegal in the state of California. Did you know that?
No.
So then I was like, are you going to arrest me? And they're like, we don't know. And I was like, okay. And I'd already sent Kelly on to go and like order burger patties for us. And they wouldn't let me
confiscate it. Just take it. I don't need it.
That's what I said. I was like, I'll remand it. I don't need it. And then I was like, this. Then they call the cop over, and the guy's like reading a really loud description of what my physical appearance on the phone. And I was like, if he guesses my weight, I'm going to be furious. And he did not. So that's the one thing he had going for him. And then I realized he's talking to the law enforcement officers literally just like 12 feet this way. Like we could just walk over here and have the conversation.
What does she look like?
But then law enforcement comes over and he says, oh no, you can have a switchblade if it's less than 2 inches on the blades, which mine is. I use it to open, I told him I own a pasta sauce company. I use this to open the cases when I'm delivering in store. That's why I carry it. My friend gave me an extra knife and that's why I carry it. And it's come in very handy until now. And then, so law enforcement's like, oh, we don't care. This is nothing. And he left, but then they kept me for another half an hour at TSA to do the whole write-up, the whole thing, pulled me aside. And then I got a letter when I got home from Chicago saying they had taken away my pre-check. I'm on notice. I am on notice. So just so you know, Megan, you associate yourself with me, you're on notice. And the blade was about
pre-check
anyway. Blade is like, this is a utility knife. This is the length of the switchblade. It's this big.
Yeah, they took my taser away. I carry it everywhere. They took my taser away and took my picture and put my name down. And I was like, what, am I on some watch list now? It's like I travel by myself. Like I'm a single girl. Yeah. I carry a taser with me. It was packed in my suitcase, so I've never gotten in trouble for it before. But I was just like, just throw it away. Like I don't want it
in the suitcase. It's fine.
Yeah, but they're like, you can ship it back, and I'm like, no, it was $7.
I'll just get another one on the internet. So anyway, long story short, that's why I say that. Leslie said she had Thanksgiving last weekend with her son. That's awesome. Melody is prepping green beans and baking your almond pita chips for tomorrow. Hi from Rick and Melody. Hello. And Laura's here from Michigan. Thanks guys for being here. We've got, we're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. We're simultaneously streaming. So if there's a way, if you're watching on Facebook, to share this to the groups, you guys, that would be awesome. I microwaved this gigantic spaghetti squash for 4 minutes and it's very hot. I maybe should have just done it for 2 or 3, but it's really big. So I preheated the oven to 400. You know, like with most of our live streams, I'm not going to be finished with the oven component of the meal. I want to focus on this. This is a giant I'm never going to get this knife out of here, you guys. This is going to be this way forever. Oh, I bet if I took it to TSA, they could get it out.
Can you bring a squash with a knife stuck in it through the airport?
No, I can't. I'm on notice.
You're on notice.
So I want you guys to know, people talk about how they struggle with cutting spaghetti squash. Part of how I solved that problem is by buying 2 smaller squash, and it's a lot easier to cut them. But they didn't have any because spaghetti squash are all being harvested, you know, as of like September onward. So they're all gigantic. There we go. And I'm cut, by the way, I usually cut it lengthwise and scoop it out that way. But I want to do, if you cut it in half, like on the cross section, the scoops that you, the fork pieces that you pull out will be longer like spaghetti. So that's why I'm cutting it this way. So I'm just going to continue to struggle on camera so that you guys can know. There we go.
This, and then that's it.
This is it. Well, you do want to be careful. You do not. I've had so many kitchen injuries. This is not one to mess with. Okay. There we go. We got the spaghetti squash open. I'm going to scoop out these things. And then I'm literally just going to place these face down on a baking sheet and put it in the oven at 400, which is preheating right now. So I'll put this on here. Let me get a spoon to scoop this out. Is there a spoon that exists? I want a spoon that exists. It's like a larger grapefruit spoon. You know what I'm saying? You know, the grapefruit spoons are smaller and they have the little jaggedy jags. I want a larger grapefruit spoon that would be perfect for this. So I grab the spoon like this and I just start scraping it out. Some people have those little. So look, I'm grabbing all the seeds and the little like darker colored spaghetti strands that are not the thing that you want to eat and just scraping them out. And I'm going to dump them in the trash. And, oh, I'm throwing seeds. Hold on. Let me get over to the trash. So what's everybody making for Thanksgiving? I know we said we weren't going to talk about Thanksgiving, but we have to. We have to talk about Thanksgiving, right? What's everybody making? Megan, what are you doing? Are you chilling at home? Because I know you're not going home till Christmas. Sorry if I'm making you on the spot and you're trying not to be on camera.
No, it was funny because you were very clear and now it looked grainy. So I was going on YouTube to see what it looked like. But you started off clear, ended grainy.
It's probably my internet connection. Happy Thanksgiving
that's
for those of you who joined us.
I'm not doing anything for Thanksgiving.
Mel just said, eat Happy Kitchen spaghetti squash spoon. Sounds like a product I buy. It's a very specific product. You're not doing anything? That's good.
I'm going to deliver food on Grubhub. Uh-oh.
Damn it, I'm freezing, aren't I? Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to do this. Quitting out of Safari.
Now you're clear again.
Oh, good. I'm quitting out of Lightroom. I'm just quitting out of everything that I probably should have done this before we started. Quitting out of. Oh, no, I can't quit out of. Well, I guess I'm going to have to. I still have 2 more photos of the recipe I posted yesterday to send you. By the way, you guys, this week when you're tired of Thanksgiving food, you're going to want to make that chicken and mushroom stir fry. It is so GD good. So anyway, you're not doing anything for Thanksgiving. And I said when I froze, you better not be working tomorrow.
I'm delivering food for Grubhub.
Okay.
Yep. I don't want to. And then I'm playing video games.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect. That's awesome.
One of the jobs I have decided not to pay me. They took money out of my paycheck because they have these new absence forms. So there's no money.
Can we be clear that it's not this job? Can we be clear about that?
You would never.
I would never.
You would never not pay me ever.
No. I believe that people should be paid. I don't try to take money out of people's checks.
Right.
Call me old-fashioned. I enjoy getting paid and I enjoy paying others for a job well done. Okay, we're almost done scraping these seeds out. And then this is pretty much just set it and forget it. Let's be honest. Okay, cleaned out, going on the thing. Rinse my hands off. Megan, you're going to have to go to Alibaba and source the Eat Happy Kitchen spaghetti squash spoon. It also works for butternut squash, acorn squash. That's 3 squashes I can think of right off the top of my head.
Impressive. Pumpkins?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's right. Oh no, I got to move these are too tall for where my trays are. So let me get okay. I am barefoot right now and I just stepped on a spaghetti squash seed that fell on the floor and it was gross. They're so slimy. That grossed me out.
Lori made your cranberry recipe.
Oh, the sauce?
The cranberry recipe and baking pumpkin seed brittle right now.
Ooh. Now, are you making pumpkin seed brittle because you cleaned out a pumpkin with an Eat Happy Kitchen squash spoon? Or did you buy pepitas already made? That's what I would like to know, Laura, while I move my tray through it. I think I need to do this. This oven is not set up for low trays. Oh, and I did it. I did it. Okay. And any heat that I have preheated is now completely leaked into the kitchen. This is why we preheat the oven, so that it gathers all the correct amount of heat. And you're not meant to open up the oven and let all the heat out. It ruins the point. So that happened. We're going to do chicken.
She bought already made.
Smart. Here's what I did, Megan. These are 2 chicken breasts that I butterflied. I cut them in half and pounded thin. I covered them in the salt dust. Let's do a little shout out for the salt dust, which is my favorite thing. Oh, we're having a sale. Did you know that? You didn't know that until I decided to email everybody and had a sale. Salt dust. Honestly, how did a fly get in here? It's winter. What is happening? Are we in end of times? She's probably posting a thing. Eat Happy Kitchen salt dust. Here's what I did. Do you see that? I covered the chicken in the salt dust. You can see from the little green onion flecks. And then I just put the juice of 2 lemons and Villa Capelli in there. That's it. And it's only been in for a couple hours. You can see the lemon juice is kind of starting to cook it. So we want to get this stuff cooking before the lemon juice completely just cooks the chicken. So I'm going to put a lot of olive oil. I decided to use stainless steel today. You know, I usually love my little non-sticks, but let's do stainless steel. Let's change it up. It's Thanksgiving. And let's get the heat going. And I've already pounded these thin and seasoned them, so they're going to be a little lemon flavored. It would be my preference to grill these because I love grilled chicken on an Alfredo. But we're going to do them in the pan because it's wintertime and we're doing it in the pan. Let's see what else is going. Oh, it's snowing where Laura is. Oh my God. Canadian Thanksgiving is in October, but I love learning from you. Oh, you already had it. I know. I'm not. And I said, I was like, I'm not even going to talk about Thanksgiving. I'm tired of Thanksgiving. But honestly, everybody's prepping Thanksgiving. Here's what while I wait this to heat up, here's what I'm making tomorrow. I am making my cauliflower gratin. So I have an extra one of these. It's just going to be this entire thing of heavy cream will go in that gratin. Plus I've got a giant thing of white cheddar and a giant thing of Gruyere that I'm going to grate in there. And all that is cauliflower florets chopped up into bite-sized pieces, or a head of cauliflower chopped into bite-sized pieces, onions chopped, the cheese, the cream, the salt, the pepper, and I'm going to use salt dust instead of salt and pepper. Cook it in the oven. It's perfection. And then I am making a gluten-free stuffing. I was going to make a grain-free stuffing, but then it was requested that I bring some grains. So I am making a gluten-free stuffing. Ooh, prime rib. What? Oh, Laura, I didn't know you're in Alberta, Canada. That's amazing. You win the award for the furthest away. Okay, this is getting hot. So yeah, I'm just going to fry this up. And then what I'm going to do is leave the drippings in the pan and we're going to scrape them up. For this, I'm going to use tongs and I'm going to use this guy. So then we're going to leave the drippings in there. We're going to squeeze some, we're going to deglaze the pan by squeezing lemon juice after we do this chicken. Squeeze the lemon juice in there and it'll sizzle. And then we scrape up all the little chicken bits. And then we turn the heat down low and we mix in the garlic, the cream, the Parmesan, and we have a lemon Alfredo sauce. So let's just start with these. And we'll either just top the I forgot how much that sticks. Oh, this, by the way, it doesn't happen to y'all at home. You see the oil just kind of all go to one side of the pan, and then you know how unbalanced your stove really is. Now, I'm only making 2 chicken breasts. You can make as many as you want, obviously. But I like this for an easy weeknight meal the night before Thanksgiving because I still want to stay on plan. I don't want to go off the rails and eat all the carbs before the blessed event. So for me, it's really important that I stay on task. Let's see if I can lean that towards camera. Not very exciting, just chicken breast cooking. You could do chicken thighs. Oh yes, I was saying that chicken and mushroom stir fry is a very, very boring name for an insanely delicious recipe. And again, as long as you have the ingredients, it'll take you 10 minutes to make it, maybe 15 minutes because you got to chop stuff up. The other thing is I have literally no fresh garlic cloves. I'm so embarrassed. So I'm going to have to use garlic today in the Alfredo. And yes, this is kind of a hybrid of stuff from Eat Happy Italian. I'm just taking an Eat Happy Italian Alfredo dish and turning it into a chicken Alfredo dish. In fact, we might have enough time for me to finish the Alfredo, and I need a plate. Finish the Alfredo and then eat just that and the chicken before the spaghetti squash will ever be done. Oh, well. So what else is going on? Oh, we have the discount, the spice discount, 15% off. And it's only good through Sunday night. We're not doing a Cyber Monday thing. So 15% off all the spices. BF 2024 is the code. I want to get that a little more seared. By the way, I cut these thin and pound them out because I want to cook them quickly. I don't like overcooked chicken when it's like really hard and rubbery around the outside and then you're not sure if it's done on the inside because the chicken is too thick. So that's just my little pro tip for how I like to handle it. I'll go ahead and flip that guy. Yeah, you could get a little more sear on these guys. I'll get the sear on the other side and then flip it one more time if I need to. And we put the salt dust on sale. We haven't done that in forever. Megan, did you see that YouTube said apply for a partner program? They're going to reject me, right?
I didn't read the whole thing. What does that mean?
I don't know. I applied for it.
Instagram's doing the same thing. They it's kind of like your TikTok shop thing. They're letting influencers like pick what brands they like, and I guess they're going to start doing that. So we'll see. If I don't think brands want me talking about them.
Sure they do.
Usually when I talk about brands, it's because they made me upset.
That's
Selfless
true.
ones.
That's true. That's true. I'm just going to grate a crap ton of parm here. I'm old school. I do it by hand. Use this microplane. Microplane is a gift from the Lord Jesus to help us grate delicious fresh Parmesan, to zest lemons.
I don't have that. I have one of those box graters.
Oh, box graters are great too. The box grater is what I'll use tomorrow to grate my cheddar and my Gruyere for the cauliflower gratin. Yeah, I'm going to someone's house tomorrow and they're ordering a turkey. I'm like, okay, as long as I don't got to make it.
2024.
Do you think this is enough cheese or do we need more cheese?
No one ever says enough cheese.
That's a good amount of cheese. I've made Alfredo so many times that I don't look at the recipe anymore. So you guys are going to see me just wing it. Since we're not finishing this chicken in the oven, we want to make sure we cook it all the way. Now we're starting to get some color on things. Oh, it smells incredible. That's the salt dust. So I put these in lemon juice because I wanted the chicken to have the lemony flavor as well. We didn't season that we did not season the spaghetti squash at all. So we're going to need to have a lot of flavor in the chicken and the thing, and then we can season the spaghetti squash, and then we can fold it with the Alfredo. Oh, Megan, this is the other thing. The investment page is live again. We finished compliance, so people can invest and buy shares and eat Happy Kitchen again. So thank you to everybody who has invested. I know Melody has. I know a lot of you guys. I think Kelly has too. A lot of you guys have invested. I am blown away. I can't say, Megan, you know what the big retail announcement is, and I can't say it yet. And the only reason I can't say it is because I'm paranoid. I think that's my history in Hollywood. I'm scared something's going to go away. Ooh, this is pretty.
I know. My car insurance went down for the first time in years by like $50 because an accident got knocked off. So now I don't want to get in my car. Like I don't want to jinx it. All right, I posted the investment link for everybody.
That's great. Yeah, we're back open again because I know a lot of you wrote me saying I didn't realize that I missed the deadline. And I was like, well, I didn't realize there was a deadline because we were trying to raise more than where they cut us off. But it turns out we had to go through another tier of compliance, and it took about a week or so, maybe like 10 days, including the weekends. And so is what it is. This chicken. Oh my God, look at it. Do you see the color on that? Beautiful. I know it looks weird because I cut it in half. And so, ooh, that's pretty. Now, I turned the heat off for a second, but we're going to get back in there and deglaze this pan, and it's going to get real loud. I like getting all the...
Can you see? I can click people's comments and put them at the bottom there.
Oh, just ordered 3 different spices. Thank you for the discount. Thank you for ordering, Laura. That's awesome. She's hugging a sweet little baby there. Okay, let's admire the chicken. I don't want to drip. This is how I ruined my last computer. I dripped meat juices into the keyboard. Okay, we're going to set this over here. Let me get my lemons. I'm going to do, these lemons are small, so I'm going to do a juice of 2 lemons. And by the way, you can do this with, let me turn the heat back on. It's already spattered. We just cleaned the kitchen today, spattered the kitchen. And I was instructed by my husband to make a delicious meal and do not get this kitchen dirty. And I will be doing one of those things because that's who I am as a person. I'm turning this heat back up. And what we're going to do is start with these. I love lemon, and it's in season right now. And you'll see how it will start to sizzle, but these lemons are small. There should be enough olive oil left in there because we're going to add cream when we turn off the heat. Okay. Now it is bubbling. It is sizzling. All those little bits you want to scrape up off the pan without, well, it's getting a little burn. Let me turn this down. Okay. So that bubbles. You can do that with white wine. You can do that with lemon. Oh, nope. Sorry. I need to get my garlic. And again, I apologize, but I'm using garlic, and I'm also not sorry about it. That's a heaping teaspoon because I love garlic. And then after this, I'm headed to my friend's winery to kick off Thanksgiving at a winery because that's what we do in wine country. Okay, that's cooking nicely. But what I'm going to do is put in a little more Villa Capelli because I don't want to put this cream in here until we get it. Oh, that smells insane. I'm turning off the heat. You guys see this? It's very caramelized, this garlic, so I don't want things to burn. Let's do about it. That's about a cup I did. This is 16 ounces, which is 2 cups. I did 2 cups. I did half of it. You can always double this and do the whole thing of cream. Where is my silicone? Here we go. Let's do this instead. And we'll just whisk this. We want to get that lemon incorporated. We want to get that garlic incorporated, and then we'll finish it by putting the cheese in there and melting it. And that's like, I think I should do this towards camera. Let me do it left-handed. I can't whisk left-handed. That looks so stupid. How do you, I'm holding it like how the professional people hold the ping pong paddle. Except for I have no skill or finesse with my left hand, obviously. Is what it is. Is what it is. Oh, what did you say? Substitute for turkey drippings. I'm making everything except the turkey and need for a gravy. You know, gosh, what can you substitute? The best thing to probably do, if you can't steal their drippings and kind of make it on the fly at their house, the best thing to do would be to get a box, or if you have a little bit of frozen chicken broth, I would do that. If you have any leftover frozen chicken broth, which I do have frozen chicken broth right now. Hold on, let me give this a taste. See if it needs more cheese, more salt, more pepper, more salt dust. Let me get a little spoon here. I would start there. The problem with the boxed chicken broth is that they just don't taste that good. So just taste it first and season it. Oh, yes. I'm putting more cream and I'm putting more cheese. Oh my God, that's so good. The lemon is like tangy perfection. If I got ahead of it, I could have put some, how you say, lemon zest in there and made it even extra. But this is super simple, easy to do. The problem with zesting a lemon is that you have to remember to zest it before you cut the lemon and squeeze it, or else you're not going to be able to zest that lemon. So I am just adding more. It's lemony, it's garlicky, it's creamy. I love a lemon Alfredo. And again, like with most things, I'm talking a lot because I'm doing a live stream. If you're making this at home, you saw I made that chicken in about 5-6 minutes, and then you make this in like 1 or 2 minutes. Hold on. Let's see if you can see it. Oh, hi. There's a gentleman off camera who's hungry. Can you guys see that? We got a nice velvety Alfredo sauce. Now, I find this a little bit, it's a little bit runny. So I'm going to do something daring and turn the heat down low and just let it reduce a little bit, just a little bit. It's not the end of the world. But let's cut some chicken. While that happens, I'm just making a huge mess. Cut the chicken. Where I'm just going to cut it right here on the plate. Yes, it's so good, Lori. It's so good. I can get broth, maybe cook chicken. Yeah, if you can cook a chicken tonight in the slow cooker, then you have leftover. I'm so used to using my hands, but I'm not going to do that. So how I like to do this is cut these guys real thin, which is kind of why it doesn't matter what it looks like. But again, this is only perfect. Oh my God. This is only the salt dust, lemon, and a little bit of Villa Capelli in a Ziploc baggie for basically an hour or two, marinated. So this gives it a lemon chicken vibe in the lemon Alfredo. And then we're going to finish it with that spaghetti squash, which will probably happen off camera because that was a huge squash. That'll take a good 45 minutes. I like cutting this into bite-sized pieces. Oh my God. That is so good. And again, you can use chicken thighs. You could do pork chops, would be delicious. Boneless pork chops, and then cut it up. Okay, I really need a cutting board. This is a terrible idea. I want to eat this like, see, this is what I like to eat when the chicken has that like little crispy cooked end. Laura's giving a Franco-American tip. I didn't know Franco-American is still around. Great tip. You guys are awesome about helping each other out. Perfectly seasoned. Very savory. Have you guys tried the salt dust? Have you guys all ordered the salt dust? Oops. I'm reducing it, but I need to keep whisking it. The salt dust I'm literally using in everything in place of salt and pepper. I'm obsessed with it. Let's let that keep boiling while I continue to awkwardly cut chicken on camera. Okay. There we go. It doesn't have to look pretty. It's going to get buried in sauce. And by the way, I have a giant thing of parsley to finish this off. Let me get that. After we toss all of this stuff together with the spaghetti squash, I always finish it off with either fresh Italian flat leaf parsley. This is regular parsley. This is my parsley trick. I've had this, I'm going to say like 7 to 9 days-ish. This is how I keep it. You wash it, and then I put it, and I replace the water, every few days when it starts to look weird. And it keeps it a long time. I've always done this. But then when I interviewed Amy Cross last year, go back and watch her interview on YouTube or watch it on my Substack. The Amy Cross, the produce boss, which by the way, she never called herself Amy Cross, the produce boss. I called her that, and I feel like, well, hi, do I need to brand everybody? You're welcome, because she is the produce boss. She said that's how you keep things like cilantro, what's it called? Cilantro, parsley. Oh God, you guys. Okay, turning this off for real now. Okay, this is starting to reduce and get thicker, so this is perfect. Can you guys see that? I've got an Alfredo sauce. It's a little bit browned because the lemon juice of the chicken drippings are in there, but who cares? We will eat brown food and we will love it. Oh my God. This is what I get for not using a proper cutting board. I just didn't feel like it. Yeah. So I want to know if you guys have tried the salt dust. If you haven't, I strongly recommend picking some up with the discount code because it's really great. Get on there. Get back on there. You get back on there. You stop making a mess. You get back on there, little chicken bits. I will be in DC. Is there anybody out there watching from DC? I have a fun announcement. We'll announce it on the next podcast. Vinny is going to drive into the city and come do my DC appearance with me and host the conversation at Bold Forks. So I'm working on a graphic for that to get that posted. But anybody who lives in the DC area or within driving distance, come on down Wednesday, January 15th and see us. I'm going to just watch this. I'm just going to pour this in. Where's my favorite? Oh, I love this thing. Here's another thing that I want to make. This spatula, see how it's like a spoon spatula. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because not a total spoon, but it's for folding. We love folding. Oh, I'm going to save this and give the dog some pieces of chicken. She's going to enjoy that tremendously. And yes, Izzy is still with us. Don't ask. She is here. She is living her best life as a blind, deaf dog. Okay, you guys, I want to eat this chicken that's soaking in the sauce so badly. I gotta do this. I need another spoon holder. I need to eat Happy Kitchen spoon holder. If there's a human sitting next to me, I would punch them. That's how good this is. I don't punch hard. And I'm sorry I chose violence in that moment because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. But holy moly. I didn't need to add any salt or salt dust because the Parmesan gives it enough salt. Okay. I have to stop eating this. Megan, are we done? Did we do it? Carolyn says salt dust is delicious. I know. I wish you could have a bite too, Laura. It's so good. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Megan, happy Thanksgiving. There you are. You can do all configurations.
I know. I was look how close we get. You're welcome.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope it's a fabulous day. Oh, I want to show everybody something. Hold on. This is funny. This is funny. I have to go off camera to get it. I can barely lift this thing. And this is exactly why I have I'm going to start lifting weights more again. I actually have started lifting weights more again. You see this thing? Do you see this? Do you know what this is?
What is that?
It's very heavy. It's 25 pounds. I put it on the scale. Coarse ground organic tomato. I can't. I have to put it somewhere. It's
We
like
need to
a
sell
water,
our sauce that in that.
it's a water
Built
bed
for
is what it
restaurants.
is. It's a water bed of tomato. And here's what's going on. We are, for those of you who've invested in the company, you'll be happy to know it's really important that we figure out economies of scale. So in order for us to make more product, we need to find a less expensive tomato. However, it's got to taste exactly the same as the tomato we're currently using. So either the people who sell us the tomato we're currently using gives us a discount because we're making so much more product, which is one possibility that's very close, or we source another tomato that we can use instead. And that is a California organic tomato that we are scoping out that has the same specs as the tomatoes that we use. They're a San Marzano style tomato. But the ones we use are from Italy. These are from California, which would save money on the jars, which means we get to lower our COGS. What are COGS, Megan? I'll tell you what they are. Cost of goods sold. Every time we sell a jar, we have to make sure we make enough money to make more jars. If we are going to continue our move into grocery stores, it's so expensive and we don't make enough money off of the jars that we can't afford to make more jars, right? We need the direct to consumer sales to pay for all this move into grocery. So we lower the COGS, then we can afford to make more jars and afford to pay a staff and afford to pay a brokerage team and afford to pay for marketing and advertising. So this is all part of the growth. So that's why I'm carrying around a 25-pound water bed of organic coarse ground tomatoes.
Well, we're in 431 stores nationwide, so
that's right. Well, actually, I did the math.
Way more because I can't track what are they called?
Rayleigh's.
I can't track one of our distribution companies.
Oh yeah, that too. I did the math on the ones we can track because we didn't add Rayleigh's or Heinen's to that list because it's a seasonal in and out, but technically we're in 550 stores plus all the ones. Yeah. So, and if you live in NorCal and you can go to Rayleigh's and get a jar of pumpkin marinara, I emailed you. Don't forget, send me your receipt with your jar of pumpkin marinara and I will Venmo you $2 a jar. Will your products make it to Canada? I sure hope so, Laura. We're working on it. I know, remember, was it Costco? Yeah, it was Costco Canada. We've been talking to them for like a year. We'll see. And TJ Maxx Canada. Oh my God. The TJ Maxx Canada buyer came to the Fancy Food Show back in Vegas like a year and a half ago, and he wanted samples, and I sent the samples. And I guess I didn't pay for the right level of postage. And he wrote me saying like, they're making me pay whatever, $28 to receive your samples. And I was like, oh my God, I will take care of it. So we made a really good impression on that guy.
Yeah, that's great.
Lori, HEB has asked us several times for samples. So we want to be an HEB. Okay. We're in Central Market, which is awesome. And we love them, but Central Market is not nearly as many places as HEB. And even though they're both owned by HEB, they still have this like gang rivalry thing between the companies.
So in Central Market, it's like our biggest seller, like that. They buy the most product from us right now.
They buy the most product. The Central Market on Lover's Lane told me when I was in there back in June that they move through an entire store of inventory every 2.5 days. I was shocked when I heard that. So yeah. Lori, long story short, if you request the product, they are listening at HEB. HEB is really good about listening to their shoppers. And in fact, Nicole, you cleared the shelf. Send me your receipt. I'll send you $2 a jar, girl. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. If you kept your receipt, that is. Most of us are like, I don't need it until someone tells you they're giving you money. And then you're like, damn it, I wish I kept it. Lori, that's great. Yeah, look at Central Market for sure. We're in all of the Central Markets. I think Preston Hollow, I'm not sure if they order as much because they're a smaller Central Market. So if you're in Dallas, go to one of the other locations. Go to Lover's Lane, go to South Lake, go to, I don't know where you are. I've been to all of them and that's my favorite grocery store in this United States. Oh, thanks, Nicole. I appreciate that.
Thanks,
yes. Thanks, Itemize your jars on your bank statement.
We need your account number too, and your social security, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Lori, where are you, just out of curiosity? You said they're building another central market in your area, or are they building an HEB? I'm very curious about that. They have different buyers, but it is, y'all, learning so much about this grocery business and writing back people. Right, Megan?
Not what I got my master's degree in, but I feel like I know more about that than what I got my master's degree in.
Well, you did learn a lot about communication, which you've put to good use with people who don't enjoy communicating back.
Are you kidding? I fought with my professor to get the degree. And you're right. That's what I did.
Yep. HEB. Yeah, they're building a lot of new HEBs. Oh, Megan, this is the idea that I got. So I was on a class with the guy who was the CEO of Quest before they sold for like $1 billion. And his name was Tom. And Tom gave me this amazing idea, which he was like, we wrote a letter and had a letter on our website that basically people could download and fill out, we want to please HEB carry Eat Happy Kitchen sauces. But the letter would be filled out. So all you had to do was like fill out, and sign your name, basically. So that is on my to-do list to get done this next week, is to write a letter that you guys can just download and take into your store. Because
that's a great idea. Why didn't we think of that earlier?
I don't know. Isn't it
Why
so
didn't
smart?
we do that earlier? What are we doing?
I don't know. What are we even doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know. All right. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Megan. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Go and enjoy your weekend. And may everybody leave you alone for a little while. That's my wish.
Yeah.
That's my wish for you and for myself.
I think it's the first time I've used my voice in 3 days. It's been really nice.
Oh, I bet. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye. Love you all.